Dale Kent, Assistant Principal, Midway High School, Veteran Assistant Principal.
Great. All right, good morning. First question on the vision or mission of Midway High School. How does the campus recognize and celebrate those who implement strategies to support the campus vision? First of all, the campus vision, we go over it every year at the start of the year with teachers, and so new teachers are aware of it. And remember, vision's broad overall concepts, and it's what we do every day that makes the mission statement come possible. It's the little pieces that build the foundation to achieving those mission statements or those goals. Recognizing them, sometimes Mr. Gasway will recognize things at faculty meetings, through emails if something very special happens. As assistant principals, when we're in classrooms working with our PLCs, working with teachers on various things, we recognize the good things teachers are doing. So that's not as a public recognition, but as a personal recognition. Of course, on the T-test, there are things on that where we can designate that we see teachers doing these things on a daily basis. So that's a place where we recognize the celebration comes more in the faculty meeting area. B, how are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff and students in the community? Again, staff is usually through faculty meetings and in service in the beginning of the year and then reinforced throughout the year. To the students, I'm not sure if we ever actually go through the mission statement with the actual students, whether it be over the TVs or in person or in meetings, but we definitely are the role models of the mission statements and the goals there. So I would say that's how we do it mostly. Now I will say this, in our groups like student council, athletics, UIL events, their own mission statements reflect the overall mission statement of the high school in broad ways, not specifics. It's not like we've correlated these things, but we know that they're all generally together. And then the same way with the community, whether it be through PTA, through the school board meetings and school board activities, the bigger things that we do with the community here, all are role models to those mission goals. C, how does the campus use innovative thinking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? How does the campus use the innovative thinking? I'm going to say that the innovative thinking comes through a lot through the PLCs when we have groups working together. The experts in a content field working together as experts of education along with their administrators to build and move beyond. And then, of course, our in service, but it is professional development where we try to put more tools in the tool belts of teachers for them to utilize in their particular content areas with their particular groups of kids to the best that they can. Of course, the standard old iPad that Ms. Buzinski is using here, and the innovative ways to use the technology, all that very broad to get to the campus vision. And how does the campus vision impact morale? I will say this, if you don't have a positive campus culture, doesn't matter what your mission statement is. It's the workings day to day in the trenches by the teachers, by the administration, with the kids, with the parents that make up the culture. That culture and your campus mission have to be together. They have to be consistent. They don't have to be word for word or anything like that. We're not going to get so stodgy about it. But in those broad things that we do every day, that's where the culture and the vision come together. Very simply, I'll put it this way. I do traffic duty before and after school. Every time I give a parent a smile or a good morning or a heads up, or a shake of the coffee cup at them, that's building campus culture and campus community culture related to that vision. We do those little things every day, and that when something big does happen, then we've got the relationships built, the culture built to do it effectively and get back to education. Thank you.
Thank you. Cantwell, third year English teacher, Midway High School.
Okay, so how does the campus recognize and celebrate people who implement strategies to support the campus vision? I really feel like there is a group and community effort in explaining how people are doing things well instead of focusing on other things. So they'll send out emails and they will encourage people to go for grants that they want to support their kids with, or just really focusing on how we can better each other, better the students, and better our community here as a whole at Midway. So I feel like the emails and encouraging people to be their best selves when they're in the classroom or helping people in the classroom, I see that as a focus for our school and our just our whole ISD. How are the contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? Our community at Midway ISD is very tech savvy, and so emails and phone calls home and things like that help achieve the community knowledge that we're doing everything we can to make everyone successful at what they do, even the students. So there are a lot of emails that go out about who tried to do a grant and was successful, who is doing well at greeting students and things like that, and so they try and highlight great things that people do so that you can see that they appreciate how you're doing it and the little things, not just the big things. How does the campus use innovative thinking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? I feel like they encourage teachers to just try new things, whether it be technology or something they saw someone else do. There's an encouraging, I would say, net to fall back on, because you know you're always going to be supported in something that you're doing for your students or for other staff members. So there's always an encouraging piece behind it where it's, maybe it wasn't successful this time, but next time I'm going to try this, and then everyone around you says, that sounds great, I really like how you're doing that, and pushing forward always. So that's always a way to support innovative thinking, is to allow small failures and encourage the big leaps that we make. And then how does the campus vision impact morale? I feel like when you have an all means all mentality and you focus the faculty meetings on the campus vision at first, and then you just keep funneling into those ideals that we've made as an ISD and as a group of educators and other staff, I feel like that morale makes you feel like you're part of a team instead of you're just alone doing your job and hopefully doing it well. You know you are, because there's a group mentality that you are supporting a certain morale and idea throughout your whole campus and ISD.